All right, Pat, your #1 test bowler in the world, your superstar of the game, your bouncer. You've got many weapons, but your bouncer's one of your most dangerous. Talk us through how you worked on that and how it's become a big weapon for you.
Yeah, well, I guess as a fast bowler, one of the things I like about it is it can be flat, batter can be on 150, yet you can still bowl a bounce and rough them up. It's a ball just like any other ball. You've got to practice in the nets. I think a lot of the time in the nets we feel like we've got to look after our teammates, but it's a ball we've got to practice. So there's a few things I like to concentrate when I'm bowling it. The main one's effort. You've got to have the desire to run in and try and bowl fast and hit the deck hard. I guess the second one is trying to get the line and the length right. The line, you pretty much want it over, we always say kind of middle or off stump. Kind of right in the eye line, so it's harder to get out of the way of, and the batsman can't free up their arms and try and slap you over the top or hook you to the leg side. So for me, I like sometimes coming a little bit wider to the crease and trying to angle it in. I know when I'm facing bounces, I don't like when it kind of follows me in. It feels like it's harder to get out of the way of, and I feel like that's the best chance I am of going to get wickets. Hopefully the batter puts his gloves up in the air and maybe get a couple of glove up to gully. I think this year at the MCG I got a couple of wickets like that with a couple of Indian opening batsmen.
Oh, that's a nasty delivery, but is there battle it? There is! That is the first wicket!
Oh. No, they're digging a glove.
Keep it. At times it's a surprise delivery. You're trying to keep the batsman on the back foot. I think so many times when the wicket's flat, the batters get in the habit of just getting forward and forward. It's just another way to try and mess up their feet a little bit.
Oh, he's got him!
Run in, try and bowl it hard, try and work out which length. It's not always, I guess, the high bounce of which they can get under. You want to sometimes almost aim for just above the shoulder so you can get the gloves up there, hopefully get a catch. Sometimes in one-day cricket or T20 cricket, you're going for the dot ball. So that's when you probably err a bit shorter. You try and get it a bit higher so they can duck underneath, or if anything, you want to miss on the higher side so that they don't get a full pull shot at it.
We talk about being a surprise ball, but do you find there's times as well where you bowl a lot of them in a spell, more so obviously in Test cricket where you've got a bit more time too, but do you find it can be a weapon when you're just a barrage of them, as we've probably seen in series gone by?
Yeah, before every test we sit down, as you know, and we talk about batters' strengths and weaknesses, and when you're playing Test cricket, the batters normally don't have too many weaknesses. So normally you're trying to, I guess, stick them off or get them bowled and use the bouncer as a surprise ball. I think in times past, whether it's tail-enders or batters which we've kind of identified might not be as comfortable with the short ball, we'll set the field that we'll be looking to get a catch, trying to get in the batter's head and make them do something outside their normal game. So we might set, get a man under the helmet in close. We might put an extra gully, maybe a third man so he can't slap, and then probably the full ball becomes a surprise ball there.
Well, you brought that up. It's not always the bouncer that you're looking to be the wicket ball. It's what you follow it up with sometimes, just because that. Well, what does that bouncer do you think when you bowl it? What are you thinking the batsman's thinking of the very next ball?
I think you're just trying to create a little bit of indecision. Batsmen are really good these days that if the wicket doesn't have much in it, they're so good at and so sharp with their feet work that you've got to try and come up with something to mess them up. So yeah, the bouncer isn't necessarily always about a wicket ball, it's about trying to get the wicket ball the next ball, just taking that fraction of a second longer to watch the ball before they kind of plonk on the front foot or go all the way back. So, it's a ball we've got to use. We probably use, probably at least one every 10 or 12 balls. We try and use one. Obviously in Australia here, it's a bit easier when the wickets are a bit quicker.
Perfect. I look forward to watching you bowl them. I'm not facing you. Thanks.
Catch them for me, mate.
Skillful, it's fiery, and it's successful. What a brute of a bumper. It's 6 for.